And I moved to Florida, just did my own thing. Was in a relationship for a while, 5.5-year relationship, with a cis woman, a natural woman, for those of you that don't know what that is. And now I was just never happy, bro. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have anything to do with me wanting to be with a girl with a dick and none of that, man. I just wasn't happy. Like my girl couldn't, she just couldn't like give me emotionally what I needed, man. So eventually we broke up. I wound up going on the computer and clicking a hashtag girls like us. For people that don't know what that is, that's just a respectful way to, speak to or reference to like a trans woman. Girls like us, girls like them, girls like you. Okay. I clicked the hashtag. I was scrolling and shit.
So not something that had ever popped into your mind that you were open-minded to the trans thing.
I was like, but like all my girlfriends I ever had, like I was always do shit behind their back with trans women.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry, girls, but like I did. It is. It's all good. But I would always do shit like that. I was like, I was a confused person. I went from hanging around like a white gang to like a black gang. Like I was obviously, now today as a man, I can say I was a confused boy, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm out here trying to hurt people, but at the same time,
around.
Yeah, like it just was natural to me.
Confusing, dilemma in the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was it.
Definitely. So, okay. But what age would you say that the first time you ended up doing something with a trans woman was?
Man, it was this one time on Long Island, bro, at this motel. I had no idea what I was doing, bro. But I think like probably like 19 years old. I'm 29 now. So I was like 10 years around, chicks like that. I remember I was like disgusted though, man. I'd be disgusted in myself when I would go do these acts.
Well, because your parents are like breeding that into you, right?
Well, yeah, like I know if it ever gets around, especially with my reputation I had in Suffolk County, Long Island, where I'm from, I know if that ever gets out, it's a wrap. Like everyone's gonna bash Jesse Schwenker. He's gay. He's a faggot. Like that shit used to scare me, bro. If that shit would come out, I'd be like, bro, this would kill me. Bro, being in the streets too, it might put money on my head. I don't know.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, because it's crazy because in rap, it's like there's a bunch of different rappers / people who are adjacent to rappers where we like more or less 100% know that they have done stuff like that. Yeah. And even when the evidence is directly laid out, like there's no use denying it, some of these dudes will fight to the fucking death to defend their apparent straightness or whatever. They will go crazy, do
why
anything.
Are you acting like that? It's not a big deal.
Like,
but then again, that's on somebody else for putting their business out there.
True.
A
lot of times it is like that. Yeah.
And any person that I've been with, I would respect their privacy, whether it's an NFL player, whether it's somebody high up in the political rank, anything. It's really comes down to that respect of their own boundaries and their own comfortability, I think.
Definitely. But okay, so you're at the stage where you're just kind of lurking some porn on the computer or whatever. Yeah. You're freshly single.
Yeah. Like, bro, watching porn, I would jerk off and shoot my load or some shit. I'd be disgusted after. Like, why the did I just watch that shit?
Right.
The am I looking at this shit for? Because in my head, I know it's wrong from how I was raised. Like, you're gonna get smashed over your head if you get caught doing any of this shit. My father always said, if my son's ever gay, he's out of my house. He ain't in my family. I mean, hey, shout out to him, bro. I mean, he stood on 10 toes. I'm out the family. It's all good.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
No relationship with your dad at all anymore?
Nah, it's a rap, dog. Nah, he disrespected my lady, telling me he's gonna, drag her by her hair and beat her. When he sees her, like, all this, man, that's not a good role model to have.
Yeah.
That's not a good role model to have, bro. Like, hey, bro, like anyone that's gonna pick on this, like, that don't make you tough, bro.
Right.
Like, pick on me. That's why I tell people that bully her on the computer, like, or bully me, like, yo, come run into me in person. I bet you won't say that. And not because I'm gonna act violently, because I'm gonna put some sense in your head, let you know what you're doing is fucking stupid. It takes so much less energy to hate on someone, to hurt someone, than it does to actually try to respect them and give them a shot, bro. Give them a chance.
Yeah, definitely.
And that beef is one-sided because we really don't care.
Right.
Like I say this all the time, projected on my whole life as who I am. And with that comes a lot of people's insecurities being put on you. When your light is shining, people don't want to see it.
Right. I mean, I see that all the time in my world where it's like, I respect everybody's opinion about what they're into, what they're not into, but the level of like anger and like rage that comes out of people is very weird to me because it's like, can't you just let people live their life the way they want? Like, if you really hate it, maybe you could like diss them privately, keep it to yourself. That's kind of how I view it.
But it puts so much effort, like, they're sitting there writing these comments. Like I see them like seeing like bloodshot eyes, and I'm like, what?
You go suck your girl's. And I'm like,
Okay,
I will.
He will.
I'll pleasure my woman however I please. Whatever makes her feel good is what I'm gonna do because I love that woman.
Knows
I love
just how
that
to
heart.
treat a woman.
That heart saved my motherfucking heart pumping another day, bro. Why wouldn't I can sit here and embrace this woman? This woman literally gave me another day to breathe, man.
For sure. We're definitely going to get into that. But so, okay, you're lurking the computer. Then how do you meet her? Or how do you get into
I wanted to find her page. She's got this big following. I'm like, man, she's not going to answer me. But I shot her a message real quick.
So you were already popping?
Yes.
From the porn shit or?
I already had a following based on just my life and who I was. But I had recently started OnlyFans probably a year and a half prior to meeting Jesse. And so I already had a gaining following.
Got it.
And I see this message. I was just scrolling through my messages one day. My messages tend to get buried. So it was, I think like, I don't know, probably late at night. And I'm just sitting there scrolling and I'm like, okay, like he looks like my type. You know, jacked up tattoos. Like I like.
You like a jacked man.
Yes. Yeah. You know, and.
Because this motherfucker is cut up like that. You have a shelf of a chest. Like that's where I'm really trying to be at in my life.
Bro.
Yeah.
For the record, any personal trainers out there want to get me to this point, let me know.
Hey, we could run it, brother.
Yeah.
I'll put you through a beautiful workout, man. We'll really test your limitations, bro. You'll see where your heart's at.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Crazy workout.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, respectfely, we'll see where your heart's at, bro.
I don't know if I got the heart for that. Yeah. but so okay, you did see the message and you responded.
Yes. And so
we were chopping it up. I was like, look, you know, I think you're a real gorgeous woman. I hit her with one of my lines that I had, you know. I was like, look,
I was like, how many girls did you send that to? Like, how many women?
Just one, just you.
Yeah.
So what happened was
He went on a rampage.
well, you're the only one that responded to it, is what I mean by that.
Right.
Now I'm fucking with you. So I wanted to, like, you know, tell her, I'm like, I think you're beautiful. What's she like 5 messages in? She's like, hey, just to let you know, like, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm a trans woman. I'm sorry if that changes the perspective.
I was like, to lay
I
it out
know.
on the table. He's like, I know, baby. Like, I'm ready.
So
Like,
I said, no, sweetheart, you're not a trans woman. You're a unique woman, and you don't got to label yourself as that. And we don't got to talk about that ever again.
I just like to lay it out on the table first and foremost because I don't like to waste my time and I don't like to waste other people's time.
And there's some nightmare scenarios where you like meet up with them.
I've absolutely been through that, and I think a lot of girls in the same circumstances can all relate to that because we want to be seen as just a person, and we want them to not judge us based on what we have between our legs, but actually get to know us as a person. We're cool bitches.
Yeah,
we
she's
love
dope.
having fun.
She's dope, man. She's a dope girl.
We will have anybody's back if they have ours,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about.
She's proving that, man.
And so he was like, let me call you. And I was like, okay, like, I'm thinking he'll just like call me. He FaceTimes me.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, I have a bun up, you know, I'm just watching Criminal Minds. I'm like, oh God, like threw my hair down. I'm like, okay, gotta get cute. Like, gotta look gorge. And, you know, we were just talking and I was like, wow, like, I just loved his energy from the day one. You know, it was who I you know, me, I'm like, oh my God, he's the one. Like, I texted all my girlfriends.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So before we get into like you guys actually hanging out though, let's get a little bit into your story. Where are you from originally?
Originally, Russia.
Russia. Wow.
Yes. And I was adopted when I was 15 months.
Whoa.
And my brother is my biological brother, and my parents adopted both of us.
Wow.
And I think just being over here, I'm so blessed to be able to live my life how I want to. Over there, I wouldn't have had a chance.
Oh man! I
Right.
mean, if you could pick number one place to not live
Not
as a
live,
gay, a trans, whatever,
it's
Every
there.
time we say a helicopter's coming, I'm like, Putin's coming for your ass. He's fucking looking for your ass still. They want
You
your
know,
ass now. Now
right.
you're worth money.
Right.
Now you're worth the bag of Birkin.
Right. No, and it's like, I just, you know, my parents, I grew up in a normal suburban household. I went to school. I went to private school. I got kicked out of private school for expressing feminine traits at a
Really?
young age.
so early on, before you fully knew that you wanted to transition.
I knew from day one.
Oh, so you knew you wanted to transition.
I knew that I was a woman inside. And like, you know, I had a really dark childhood, no matter what I was around, no matter how many great things I had in my life. I was surrounded by that constant, who am I? Like, you know, I went through a lot of depression and anxiety. I, you know, would I would literally my leg and like see that there was, you know, a girl inside of me because I was that like avid on that being who I am.